Shalom, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of great milestone, who taught us truth, and Shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwat out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this violent captivity, Salakia. And today, we're just gonna flow through the spirit, maybe talk about a few topics. Firstly, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. You said raise your volume, right, last time. And Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Okay, so don't hate the chastisement of the Most High. You don't want the fact that the Most High is punishing you when you go off, the fact that he's giving you a spanking, a spiritual spanking, for a lack of a better term, that just goes to show that the Lord is dealing with you. The Lord does love you. The fact that you're suffering now rather than suffering later, okay, is proof that the Most High loves you. And I have a quick precept to that in the same thing. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Okay, you don't want to be jealous of what your oppressor has, or what the so-called white man or the Edomites have, that you forget that what you forget what you have, okay, or what you're going to have. All right, and I actually have another precept, but if you have something, I'm gonna get it. In 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. Slakia, let me get this. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 13. All right. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So don't inquire, don't be curious, don't say, oh, I wonder how, or wonder what's the consequences for, I wonder what's the consequences for how these wicked people are enjoying themselves now. You can't associate / worry yourself with that, because at the end of the day, it's a very terrible thing, roughly paraphrasing, to fall into the hands of the Most High Yahweh. All right. Your focus should be focused on how will we be delivered from this captivity? Okay, how will we be delivered from this hell? Because that's truly what we're in hell right now. What hell is a state of being, and we're right now in the state of hell because we went off and we're being punished for our iniquities to the Most High Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
Quick precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that Yahweh hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were approved to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Okay, so going into how we should not envy our oppressors, or worry about how the unrighteous shall be punished for their iniquity that they're wreaking, all the havoc and iniquity and sin that they're wreaking here on this earth. Because we understand that this is serving a greater purpose. Okay, there's a reason why we're going through this right now, and we understand that we're going to receive a reward for the suffering that we're going through right now. All right, like it said, we set forth us the apostles last. Not that we see ourselves as apostles. We try to remain as humble as possible, accepting the struggles that we're going through as hopeful elect men, so that we can receive the reward that Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI has for us. All right, verse 10. We are fools for HaMashiach's sake, but ye are wise in our Mashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Okay? And that kind of made me crack a smile a little bit, because, you know, I was having a pretty good, you know, let's say I was having a pretty good day yesterday, you know, and something happened that just brought me back down to earth, like they say in the world, you know. But really, it's Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI reminding me, hey, don't get too happy, you know, because we're don't get comfortable. We're still in hell, you know. You can't just take the little, you know, the Lord allows us to enjoy the little pleasures, the little moments of ease. You know, He has mercy on us. His mercy is endless, all right, and He's long suffering, even though we don't deserve our lives right now. But, you know, He still makes sure to remind us, hey, we're in hell, man. This Babylon, you know, it's hell. All these people walking around being wicked, you know, Esau with his unrighteous decrees, all these mandates, all these things that, you know, the people are actually rising up and protesting and fighting against. You know, our people constantly getting gunned down, getting shot. We're trying to, you know, come back to our heritage and just live our lives, do our thing unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI as our power. And Esau hates that, you know. Esau calling us black identity extremists, so-called black identity extremists, you know, persecuting us. You say one little thing he doesn't like, he takes down your videos. You know, he's labeling us and demonizing us, all these things, so that, you know, people can look at us like we're monsters, like we're terrorists, you know. So it's a reminder, hey, we're in hell, okay? You shouldn't want to be comfortable in this society. All right, you shouldn't want to live life and want to, you know, prosper here, okay? Because once you do that, then you're following the ways of the heathen, okay? Then you forget Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's what our people constantly did. That's why he took down so-called Black Wall Street. That's why he took down the Black Panthers trying to fight for, you know, freedom, so-called freedom here in this society, still paying taxes, still eating the defiled bread among the Gentiles, like the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing. He's reminding us, hey, I'm your power. I'm where your rest is. Like it says, like the scriptures say, I think it's in Micah 2:10, I believe. I'm gonna get that. I'm not even gonna paraphrase. Salaki. This is Micah chapter 2. Salaki. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. Okay, polluted. So look at the fruit, look at all the food, the GMO stuff that, you know, people are talking about. Look at the water in Flint, Michigan, the water here on the reservations that the Gadites and Reubenites are living on, still being dirty. You know, they can't even drink. They can't even drink their own water. You know, we can't even eat. We can't go to the grocery store or a market without having to look at the label carefully, deciphering these different names that Esau made up to confuse people. Okay, we can't even comfortably live in our own homes without worrying about people robbing you. You know, you can't take your child to school without worrying about what they're gonna do to indoctrinate them, show them all these abominable acts, trying to brainwash, make them brain dead. All right, like the brother brought out last week, is, you know, we'd rather be brainwashed, our brain cleansed, have our minds renewed, than be brain dead like the people of this society are. So they're trying to get our children to be brain dead like them, and believe that these abominable acts, like the gay BCs, like those children's books that they're making, you know, the pseudoscience, falsely so called, like the scriptures say, you know, to believe that that's okay. All right.
Slakia. And those weren't even children books. Those are literal pornographic books.
You know, having these pride protests with grown-ass men, Edomite men and heathen men, walking around wearing nothing, wearing little to nothing in front of children, you know? So it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, okay? We don't want to live here anymore. We want this place to be destroyed, man. We want this place, Babylon, to be completely wiped out, because this place is polluted. It's completely wicked, okay? There's nothing here in this society for us, man, at all. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. And look at our people today, walking around completely ignorant to the fact that Esau, Edom, as well as the heathens, have completely destroyed us, okay? The majority of our people are not going to get it. The majority of our people are going to be destroyed here in Babylon. All right, I'll get that in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. All right, so 2/3 of our people, that's the majority. All right, and that's a lot of Israelites. Like it says in Hosea, Israel is as the sand of the sea, that cannot be measured nor numbered. So that's a lot, okay? And you never know who might be an Israelite. You can't judge just off of appearance, because we're scattered abroad in all nations, and we have been intermingled, you know, against the Most High's commandments. We've been getting with these heathen women because, you know, Jake loves to, you know, be fruitful and multiply. All right, so you never know who might be an Israelite just by looking, but that's a lot. All right, the point is that's a lot of Israelites. That's 2/3 that are going to be cut off and die. Okay, they're going to be completely destroyed here in Babylon because they're comfortable here. All right, they want to stay here. They want to live their lives. They want to enjoy lives. They envy their oppressors, and they want to follow their ways. Okay, so that's why they need to be destroyed. There's no helping them.
And going back right quick to the Black Panthers thing. The wife of the leader of the Black Panthers movement that got killed in his sleep, the wife, she said, the same way, Slakia, roughly paraphrasing, but basically said that the way that her husband was killed was when he was in his sleep. So how much more, basically this is her words, how much more would we be killed while we're praying to our power? But that's an extremely foolish thing to say, because as when they were doing their whole Black Panther movement, they literally failed. That was the failure of it. That shows that you lost, okay? But we've never truly came together, you know, as not even just the 1/3, but all the thirds coming together to pray to the Most High to deliver us. Okay, we don't all come in to repent. And heck, maybe that would work, but we'll never know, because the 2/3, as he said, the 2/3 are going to be cut off and die. So the 2/3 are just never going to get it. It's only for the 1/3, and we're going to be delivered through the ways that was prophesied.
Continuing in Zechariah 13, verse 8, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, so 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. But the 1/3 that's the hopeful elect. That's the remnant. Okay, that's the part that we hope to be a part of. Okay, because he's going to try us in the furnace of adversity to refine us, you know, so that we're proven worthy of his mercy, of his salvation.
Quick precept to that. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Okay, go ahead.
Day by day, renewed. Like I said, you know, I had a moment of happiness, but he reminded, because I knew where it was going. I knew where it could potentially go. So even in that humbling, you know, I you know, the YAHAWAH, I thank him that he brought me back to remember, hey, this is where you are. You're not in your rest yet. You're not in the kingdom yet. So you have to remember where you are and not get too comfortable. Otherwise, you're going to forget the Lord. Like it says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of adversity. Okay? So we have to remember that, hey, this is a punishment. Ultimately, this captivity is something that we're going through because we turned away from YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Okay?
The last verse, continuing on. Verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Okay, that's just, it's saying that what we're going through right now, or what we've gone through all throughout this captivity, this is a light affliction. That's basically what's comparing it to, because when we're done with the captivity, the glory is going to be, it's going to make the captivity feel like it was nothing in comparison, because it's just so much rewards coming to us from enduring. That's it for that.
Even in the affliction that we suffer, the Lord is merciful through that, because like when you take the example of the 7 brethren and the mother that was in our Grecian captivity, when they were getting tormented for not breaking the laws of the Most High and eating swine's flesh, the brothers, we believe that they didn't even, and it said that they didn't even regard the pain, so they didn't even feel it. So the Lord put them through that, but they stayed faithful, and the Lord has so much mercy on us. Even if Esau rolls up on us, he kidnaps us, takes us to these different detention facilities or whatever, because some brothers are going to be martyrs. We're going to be beheaded for the testimony of YAHAWASHI. The Lord will make it so quick. He's not even going to make us regard the pain. So even in our affliction, he has mercy on us, And we've been through all the torture that Esau put us through. Hey, this time that we're in, we're not, we believe that we're not going to be going through that anymore. That's for the 2/3, okay? Because we're at the end. All right, we're not going to be dealing with any of this anymore,
Can't be faithful unto death.
I'm back in Zechariah 13. I'm going to read verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. The third part being the 1/3. Through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined. And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Okay? So through that trial, through all the affliction, through all the persecution, he's with us. Okay? He's going to get us through it. All right? This is Romans chapter 11 verse 5. All right. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Okay, so throughout all the adversity that Yasharallah or Israel was put through, he always reserved a remnant, okay, that kept the commandments, that were faithful unto him, that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. All right, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right, so there's a remnant even to this time. Okay, it's always been a remnant that the Lord was dealing with, that he had mercy on to deliver us, to show forth his salvation. Okay, so we don't have anything to worry about because it's predestinated. We just have to make Salakia, we just have to give diligence to make our calling and election sure, so that we're a part of that remnant according to the election of grace. That's election. All right. So we're not going to be saved just off of our works. It's impossible for us to be perfect, and especially in this society. All right, with this corruptible, mortal bodies that we're in, we need that new covenant. We need the new bodies. All right, where the law is put in our inward parts. Okay, that's what we're waiting for.
And it's pretty arrogant for you to think that you are the one worthy enough for mercy, or you are worthy of anything, to be honest.
And with that said, I'm going to read Romans chapter 12, verse 3. Okay, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Okay, don't think that you are, this top dog just because you know a lot of precepts, you memorize. Even if you memorize the scriptures front to back, okay, you still should have a humble mindset. You still should have a humble spirit. You should still be constantly praying for the Lord to have mercy on you, okay, and to increase you in humility. All right, don't think of yourself like, oh, I'm going to keep the laws and I'm going to be good. The Lord's going to allow me to do this and that. The Lord's He's not going to try me. I don't have to worry about anything. Because that's how these dudes, are acting. Like, oh, I have my fringes on. I wear every single fringe even when I'm in the house. Like he said in that song. You're not justified by the law. Okay, we have to have faith. That's the first and foremost thing. Okay, and mercy, really, it all comes back to mercy, because we should already be dead before we even started. All right, we should already be dead, but the Lord is having mercy on us. Is the only reason why we're not consumed. It's of the Lord's tender mercies and loving kindness that we're not yet consumed. All right, like it says in Lamentations, roughly paraphrased. All right, more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Yahweh has dealt to every man the measure of faith. Okay, of faith. Colin, that's it on that.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, like as we were saying, the 2/3 are going to be destroyed and 1/3 is going to be saved. Okay, but precept is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of the world. So basically, in 2nd Ezra, whoever is basically confirming that whoever is going to live at the end of it, at the end of it all, that's going to be who the Most High was truly dealing with. All right, that because that's how a lot of arrogant brothers or arrogant Jakes are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna keep the law, I'm gonna do this way, and we'll see who's saved at the end of it. All right.
That's a foolish, prideful mindset to have. All right. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. Or Salaki, I'll start at 5. Or I'll start at 1. I'll start at the top. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay, that's the first thing. That's why YAHAWASHI said, count the cost. All right, and take up your cross. Why would you start trying to build something but not take into consideration what it's going to require of you to build that thing? All right, that's why we have YAHAWASHI as our chief cornerstone. As we through grace and mercy build ourselves up spiritually with YAHAWASHI as our foundation, because YAHAWASHI's sacrifice is the reason why we're even alive and kicking right now. Okay. Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, so how people during Jacob's trouble, they're going to be like, oh, why me? Why is this happening? They say that right now. People always are whining and crying whenever they're dealing with a little bit of adversity. So how much more when the Lord's judgment is going out like heavy duty. Okay, but we understand why this is happening. We understand that it's all prophecy, and ultimately we're in the Lord's movie. Like it says in Romans 9, vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and the vessels of mercy, all right, that'll receive the salvation. Con, you can read that real quick. I'll read verse 2 again. Sirach 2 and 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay.
Romans 9? Romans 9 verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
Khan, that's why he set Esau. This is Esau's purpose. It tells us in Ecclesiastes, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. Okay? It also tells us that Salakia, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go forth as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay, so these are precept upon precept, line upon line. It's like a puzzle we put together, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, that show us, hey, this is who Satan's chosen people is. Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, we see that this is his purpose. He's really just fulfilling his purpose. All right, like I mentioned earlier, this is the Lord's movie. There's the good guys and the bad guys. That's how it always is. Esau just so happens to be the bad guys. Okay, and his Babylon, like it says in Revelation, Babylon's sins are reaching unto heaven. The Lord is long suffering according to election, according to the purpose that he set forth and predestinated. He's long suffering of Esau because he's going to be justified in what he's going to do to him, in what he's going to do to Babylon.
Read the precept to back you up on that.
Khan.
Romans 9 verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Khan, not according to works, because it said before they were even born that they were elected to their particular purposes.
Khan.
Okay, so anyone saying, see, that makes it make even less sense when our people try to cape for Esau, because it's not even anything like, oh, well, my white friends and blah, blah, blah. It's not even about that. It's about the purpose that the Most High set forth for us to play, the roles that we have to play in his movie. Okay? So it makes no sense to still be under Stockholm Syndrome, to still be Captain Save It Edomite. All right? And you can continue after you read Vessels of Wrath.
Vessels of Wrath. Okay. Verse 24 and verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
Khan, like we read that, even to this time, there's a remnant according to election, So that's the number, that's the group that we hope to be numbered among. All right, the ones that are fitted to mercy. All right, the ones that are going to receive his salvation. All right, and that's why we're constantly enduring and we're dealing with the affliction that we're suffering now, because we're willing. We want to be willing. All right, we want to be willing to go through this fire. We want to be willing to go through this trial to become, like it says in Isaiah, more precious than fine gold. All right, so that the Lord can count us worthy to be saved. I want to read Micah chapter 7 verse 9 real quick. Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause. Okay, so it's not just we're here to just sit here and suffer for all our lives. No, the Lord is having mercy on us daily. Constantly he's having mercy on us. It's a mercy that we're here, preaching his word right now, and that you brothers and a couple sisters out there are able to hear it and hearken unto it and repent, to be constantly repenting and seeking the Most High early, so that we can be counted worthy to be saved and delivered out of Jacob's trouble. All right, and eventually those thermonuclear missiles. All right, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. All right, that's why we're constantly enduring right now. And then continuing in, unless you had something.
No, just two quick precepts. This is on the end result for the 2/3, as mentioned before, and as well as the Edomites, specifically the Edomites. Okay, Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Most High. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Again, that remnant that he's taking, that he's considering, that he's keeping holy unto himself, all right, that he's going to save, and then the rest are going to be utterly destroyed, all right, because he didn't. It's not in his purpose for all Israel to repent, okay? Because like when you even looking at the world, they're always rooting for the underdog, you know, the elect. That we're the underdogs in the story, you know. We're the ones that people want to see win. Even now, you see heathens saying, "Yeah, you guys are the Israelites. You know, we know you're the Israelites. You know." And when you look at those videos of Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, I believe he's a president or whatever other
monarch or something.
Monarch something. He has the pictures, the murals of the Russian icons, which was our people. Ancient paintings of our people from the 1700s and 1600s, or I believe as far back as the 1500s. Okay, going back to our people having murals and paintings of us, the Israelites. Okay, why would he have that hung up on his wall on the news for everyone to see, the whole world to see? Okay, they know who we are. Okay, and Putin is playing his purpose. Okay, because he is not, you know, you'll have people that even understand, hey, Putin is not with that New World Order shit. Okay, that's why, you know, America is so adamantly against him. You know, Biden talking all that shit. Okay, as sleepy as he is, like they call him Sleepy Joe, he wakes up to talk that shit against Putin, talking about how aggressive he's gonna be. Meanwhile, the other nations are like, hey, we don't want war. What are you talking? We don't want no problems. We don't want no smoke. Okay, and then that's gonna lead eventually to everyone turning against Babylon, against the whore. Okay, because hey, Babylon constantly, like it says in Habakkuk, okay, he doesn't keep at home. He's unable to be satisfied. He's wicked as hell. His soul that is lifted up is not upright in him. Everyone is seeing the ways of Esau. He's a damn demon. He's the devil. Okay, so they're all gonna turn on him. All right.
And you know, Biden's like that one guy. I know most Jake know that one person who's just always ready to talk the most shit, but is never even able to back it up himself. They'll let everyone else fight their battles for them, but no, like oh no, I didn't want to do it. I just and stuff like that, you know, bitch made.
That's that pride. That's that pride. But no, Babylon, you're gonna have to answer for the shit now. Okay, being the world's greatest superpower, enjoying the riches of your, you know, your vain glory. No, you're gonna have to answer for all that now, because you're gonna get invaded. Okay, you're gonna be put through all the shit that you put these other nations through. Okay, that you put, most importantly, the Israelites through, the Most High's chosen people. All right.
And quickly, there was a video that was moving around through the, I guess, Israelite network, about this one Saudi Arabian girl or a Middle Eastern woman who was just a fashion blogger, and this reporter, he freaking tried to sneak some, oh, what do you think about the Iranian thing? But then she wisely, counteracted and say, oh no, well, basically America's the real terrorists and stuff like that. Like, she did a really good job. Like, honestly, I had to applaud her, even though she was a heathen.
Con. See, that shows. Hey, these nations, the nations are wroth, meaning, fiercely angry with the whore.
And
Babylon.
they know who the real terrorist is.
Con. That's why they're gonna team up against Babylon. That's where all the 100 millions of missiles, the ICBMs, are gonna be sent to Babylon. All right, not just Russia, not just China, not just North Korea, but all these nations are gonna be against Babylon. And we can literally see it happening right now. We can see Babylon angering these nations with all the stupid shit that the presidents are doing, that the people are joking about what, Ukraine is going through and all this stuff. They're making these people angry, okay? And we're seeing it's a process of Babylon's destruction. That's why we say, hey, Babylon is crumbling right before our eyes, all right? And brothers are getting mightier and mightier, not to, because of course, hey, there is not one good, Hey, YAHAWASHI didn't even allow himself to be called good, right? And we try to remain as humble as possible, but hey, we have to take note and say to Wadi YAHAWASHI that, hey, he's increasing our faith, he's increasing our strength in the spirit. We're increasing in knowledge. We're understanding the prophecies more. Brothers are able to break things down like it's second nature. Like, this is, this is who we are. The Lord is showing us, hey, we're right. We can see the finish line. Khan, if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, not in the same sense, but in a different sense. Jake, specifically the 2/3, they're fighting back against Esau Edom in America, because I saw 2 different videos. There's one video, this one Jake ambushed a cop, and he got him to, he said, oh, someone's dying in my house and whatnot, and then he just came, well, as the cop was walking up thinking that there was no issue and he had to go help some lady, the freaking Jake just pulled out a gun and started shooting him, and he was very close to dying, but I guess he lived or something. That Jake, honestly, I'm not condoning what Jake is doing, but Jake is fighting back. That's all we're gonna say. Another one is Jake was kidnapping some Edomite woman that thought that, oh, it's sweet to be outside. Oh, I can be outside and do whatever I want. This is my world. Or what? No. Well, yeah, it is your world, but who in their right mind, if you're a woman, would go out at night by themselves? That's just not a wise. It's not a wise thing to do. That's actually a stupid thing to do. Okay, and then she just got snatched up, and who knows what she's going through right now? Who knows if they found her? Okay.
Khan, hey, the curses are being turned over unto you.
Khan,
you damn devils, you heathens. Okay, that's why you're in for a rude awakening. You're starting to see, hey, my world is coming to an end. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and we're starting to see, more homeless Edomites. Edomites strung out doing, drugs, that stuff. Biden talking about crack pipes or whatever. All these nations waking up to who the devil really is, and how evil Esau is. These curses are coming upon you now. All right, we're starting to see that, hey, this kingdom is almost through. This kingdom is almost through, and Esau is not going to be able to implement his NWO. He's not going to be able to do what he wants to do. He's still going to try, because his pride, he's so blinded by his pride. His pride had, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Like it says in Obadiah. All right. Hey, so it's beautiful. We're rejoicing at this. All right.
And another thing to bring up, it's also pretty crazy that a lot of the prophets were out here, prophesying and warning you all, telling you don't take the jab, don't take the juice, okay? And a lot of you did it. You guys did it because, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to be able to enjoy it and whatnot. But look at what's happening right now. They removed the requirements on a lot of different places, or I believe completely in America, okay? And I believe on March 7th they're going to remove the mask mandates completely. So it's going to quote unquote go back to normal seemingly March 7th, okay? So for all those that you actually took it, now what? Now look at you right now, okay? You just did something. You did that for nothing. You went along with Esau's I want to save the world for literally nothing, okay? And well, I have to watch what we say, but basically you risked your lives for nothing. And how you feel right now? How you feel?
Hey, Esau's coming out with all these news articles about a rise in heart attacks. They want to blame it on anxiety and stress. Now they want to give attention. See, that's a cunning, crafty devil. It's all of a sudden now in recent months, now he's talking about the importance of mental health. Nobody give a shit about mental health back then. Growing up, I never even knew about that. I always thought that was a joke. But now Esau's taking it to the mainstream media, talking about mental health and, the lockdown and the quarantine has turned people's anxiety levels up, and that's leading to more heart attacks. And, well, how do you explain? Well, yeah, we have to be careful what we say, but hey, all we can say right now is, hey, a lot of people are about to start dropping dead, man. People are gonna start dropping like flies, all right, and they're gonna see, hey, we have been deceived. We followed Esau's, wicked ways. We trusted in him. We trusted in the shadow of Egypt, and now we're paying for it. Okay. People are already seeing it now. You go on Twitter, you can just look up, I regret taking the venom. All right, replacing venom with the actual word. And you're going to see a lot of tweets from a lot of people explaining what it really is. Waking up to the fact that, hey, Esau is a damn devil trying to, put us to death. Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci and whoever else that has these plans, these globalists, the elite, whatever, people are, hey, y'all gonna pay for it, man. And Ezekiel 33:33, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Okay, because the brothers, the elders and apostles on down have been warning you people, man. They've been telling you, hey, to mainly our people, the Israelites, don't trust our oppressor, man. This is a devil that has been killing us since the spirit of Cain, man. Killing his own brother Abel. He's never been someone that you could, Sirach 12:10, never trust thine enemy. Okay? For like as iron rusted, so does his wickedness. You cannot trust this devil. And then I mentioned before, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. His soul is not upright. The scriptures go all through. There's nothing left unsaid. Okay, and you people chose to just be foolish, to trust in your oppressor, to trust in the ways of Egypt. Okay, to trust in them because, oh, they have a strong military, or, oh, I need my job, or, I won't be able to do this and that. Oh, what about my kids? You want to keep celebrating a lot of high holy days have been falling on so-called on Babylonian holidays. The Lord's been making you choose. Okay?
Quick precept to what you just said, Slakia. Isaiah chapter 31, from the top, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Most High.
Because you have a lack of faith. It comes down to a lack of faith. okay? But you'll believe in Jesus. You'll believe in Muhammad and all this bullshit, but you won't trust in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, that the Lord sent his servants, the prophets, his men of your people, your brothers and sisters, but you hate us, you know? But, oh, we're hateful, but we're racist, but we're this and that, but you have nothing to say to the ones that have been killing us and exploiting us and kidnapping us and torturing us since you know, for millennia, you know, for literally we've been through captivity after captivity under these damn heathens, man. And you guys continue to follow them, to trust in their ways.
And also, I didn't know this before, but not too long ago, I heard that a lot of so-called Native American girls, not even women, but girls, are getting kidnapped. Okay, and they're going missing. They just don't know. They just think, oh well, we can't do anything about it. Now, they really don't care about you. All right. But Slaki, one more thing I want to mention was right now, or what we went through today, well, not today, but right now with the whole the juice, okay, the juice requirement, that was basically a rehearsal. That was a test run. Are you gonna be ready for the real deal? Okay. You know, I can't say the MOTB. Are you gonna be ready for when that hits?
The Karagma.
Khan, are you gonna be ready for that? Or are you gonna fold like you did with this? Okay, this was less serious. This is less serious compared with how crazy it all was now. When the actual Karagma comes, then that's gonna be even more serious. That's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be even harder for you right over there. All right, yeah, that's right there. You're gonna need that more than what you're gonna, more than when we needed the juice. All right. So if you had faith in the Most High and you didn't take that, then good on you. You have to be that was your test run for the next one to come. All right. But if you didn't, are you gonna repent and pray that the Most High spares you enough to be alive for that time, for the second time, and then resist it? Or are you just gonna fold? You're gonna be weak. All right, it's that simple.
Precept in 2nd Ezra's chapter 16. Okay, 2nd Ezra 16.
It's basically, you know, the whole oh, I got this now, I can do all the things. But then, oh, they said, okay, you know what, you don't need any more. This is not really what our main goal was. Okay, like a lot of people needed the juice to travel. They needed to go inside and, you know, enjoy themselves, live life, or so they say.
2nd Ezra 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Incredulity meaning you see that this is the truth, and yet you still refuse to hearken unto it. It's just basically disbelief. All right, you have no faith. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee. All right, like the persecution that we're going through, you know, the ridicule at the hands of our own people that we're going through, you know, and the lies and slander that the heathens subject us to. All right, incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, so if you want to be faithless, you don't want to believe in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, you don't want to understand that, hey, this is the Most High God that has been with us since the beginning. All right, our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, he chose us. He chose to deal with us. He chose to show his statutes and judgments to us, and he's been with us, and he's the reason why we haven't been completely destroyed.
We're
you know,
today.
He's the reason why we're alive today. But you'd rather go into BLM. You'd rather go protest and beg and plead for Esau to have mercy on you.
Going down to Egypt again.
You'd rather trust in the ways of your oppressors. He's the one that showed you to do this stupid protest bullshit, the civil rights movement and all that. All right, when that's done nothing for us. That's done nothing for our people. Okay, you're begging him to treat you like a human being when you should already have. You should be above these people.
And you're at the mercy of him.
Khan, you're at the mercy of a damn beast. All right, he's the basis of man. He's viler than the earth, like the scriptures say. Okay, and you want to go and talk about, oh, we all bleed red. We bleed the same. We're all people. We're all equal. But hey, the Most High God, man, the Most High God that created the heavens and the earth, said that you're above them. You're not equal to them, but you want to be equal to your oppressors. This is why 2/3 of you are going to be destroyed. Okay? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith Yahawah, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword was the modern day sword, the gun. You know, these nuclear weaponry, military grade weapons, whatever it may be.
Modern warfare.
Chemical warfare, all that. Spiritual warfare that we're dealing with. The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Slakia. But on the famine part, you know, the famine is coming very soon, okay? We heard all this about, the farmers are getting paid to destroy their crops. You can look at, you can go to the store, and a lot of stores across the globe, in North America, not just America, you know, their inventory is decreasing, okay? It's the famine is coming. Right?
And not only are they losing inventory, the inflation is bringing the prices through the roof. You got meat, they're starting to chain meat up, like how you go to the electronic section of Walmart and you see a game in a case, in like a glass plastic case with a metal lock. Now they're starting to do that to the meat. The meat now, even if you steal it, you won't be able to break it unless you got the proper tools and stuff. And it's like $23-$30 for a turkey or something, a chicken, for some chicken breast. You know? So what people are going to be stealing? Yeah,
those prices are freaking crazy. Like, the meat used to be, like beef, for example, it used to be like less than $10, but now it's like 20 for the same size. It's small, like about the size of both of these. That's like $20 now. $20 plus.
We're gonna have to start taking
thin slice.
We're gonna have to start taking our own pictures too, because we see brothers' pictures on social media of the prices rising and all that. We're gonna have to take our own pictures too, because we used to get like you said, thin slices of beef for like $7.
7.
Now it's like upwards of $15.
No, not 15. 18 plus.
Even more.
18, 20.
It's crazy. All right, so we can see that it's coming. All right, we see the signs of inflation and the famine, and it's going to bring sedition because people are going to be hungry. You know, even in the world they say, take people's food away for 42 hours and see what happens. People are going to start robbing each other. You get a cart, you got these rich people, rich Edomites and stuff like that. Now they're going to be a spoil. They're going to take their cart and start walking to their car in the parking lot. Then, Jake is gonna run up on them and start stealing their food. Like, you bought that from me, cracker. They're gonna start stealing.
And there already have been, threats like that with people on Twitter saying like, if you have a storage of food and you don't know how to fight, you got that from me.
Khan. That's why I heard that.
That's beautiful, man. That's funny.
Khan. For wickedness hath, verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right? Their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord is not going to be long-suffering anymore. He's going to take his word, he's going to take his spirit out of the earth. You're not going to be, the famine also goes into the famine of the word too. So brothers are not going to be out on the highways and hedges prophesying for much longer, Lord willing. He's going to take his word out, so you're not going to be able to get this. That's why the scriptures say seek him early. Seek the Lord while he may be found, instead of wasting time having fun all the time, going out partying, drinking, eating. Like it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, the times we're in right now, people are being married, drinking, being married and giving in marriage, all that. They're ignoring the signs of the tribulation that's coming.
A precept to that real quick.
1
Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
That's why, hey, we believe that it's about to get bad, because now they're starting to lift up these mandates. Now they're starting to say, oh, you don't have to do this and that anymore. So people are gonna take that as, hey, this is a time to rejoice. We don't have to be in lockdown anymore. We don't have to quarantine anymore. We don't have to deal with these mandates anymore. So when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, that's when the tribulation is gonna start. Hopefully this year, man, because we're trying to get out of here. All right.
We always pray for immediate deliverance. But a quick precept: Second Chronicles chapter 36 verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words, and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Most High arose against his people, till there was no remedy. Okay.
Misused his prophets, ignoring the prophecies, ignoring the men out here that are trying to warn you, to bring you to repentance.
That's true love, letting you know what's going on, so you don't have to be left out.
That's what it goes into, laying down your lives, all right, for the body of YAHAWASHI, because we want our people to be saved. We don't just want them to just die here in Babylon. We want these heathens to be destroyed. We want YAHAWASHI to get rid of these damn heathens and bring us in power. But it's not like we want our people to die. We want them to be punished, all right, and they have to be put to death because of the wickedness that they're doing. Okay, they come to a point where they're even worse than the damn heathens, although the heathens are forwarding the affliction.
One last precept on that. Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to read 2nd Ezra 15. I'm going to jump to verse 11. I'll start at verse 9. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay. Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay, he's not going to suffer us to be here much longer, because we've been down for so long, man. We've been suffering at the hands of these damn heathens, at the hands of these damn devils for too long. Okay, he's going to avenge his remnant. He's going to avenge his elect, because we've been persecuted continuously for too long. All right, that's why he's having mercy on us now. That's why we're going to be delivered out of this captivity, out of this final captivity. Okay? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Okay, so that's how we know that this is talking about spiritual Sodom and Egypt, which is Babylon the great harlot, mystery Babylon. Okay, we know this is talking about now. It says as before, Egypt as before. Where else has Egypt been brought up again? What else was given the alias of Egypt other than mystery Babylon, aka America? All right, that's how you know this is talking about this. Okay, with plagues as before, just like before, it's gonna, all the plagues that that came upon Egypt when we were being delivered out of Egypt by Moses or Masha, is going to happen again this time. Okay, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Okay, Salakia, that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Okay, they that till the ground shall mourn. Okay, going into the farmers having to destroy their crops. and the famine coming. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world, woe meaning destruction, and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, that's getting into, the sedition that's arising. People are going to be robbing and spoiling each other. People are going to be kidnapping each other more and more. They want to kidnap our women, our girls, and say nothing about it. Don't give it no news coverage. Don't put no effort into, protecting them and going out and searching for them, because they're the ones behind it. The police are behind it. The government's behind it. These orphanages are behind it. So your people, your daughters, your wives are going to be spoiled too. Okay, and it's going to be worse for them because you afflicted our people with that. What do you mean?
They do some really disgusting stuff to them. So we wouldn't. Well,
not us.
Yeah.
But this is what's going to come upon you during Jacob's trouble. So it will be worse. Because you're going to seek death and you won't find it. Okay? Going into how your hearts are going to be failing you for all the trouble that's going to be happening. You can't believe that this is happening. You're going to be going through all that. Your family, the stress of not being able to protect your loved ones. The Lord's going to bring that upon you, damn devils. All right? For all the wickedness that you did to our people. Okay.
And also another thing I want to bring up is Alex Jones, like a conservative radio talk show host or whatever. He was like, God, you know what? Why don't you just destroy this place? Because he realized that this is it. Everything that's going on, it's the end of America. It's end of Babylon. All right. Even someone who is far on the side of Esau's true colors can actually see that and just wants the destruction. And in destruction, the end of the world, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So they see it as the end of the world, but we see it as the beginning of the real world. All right?
Even he can see that, this is the end. He just accepted it. He's like, God, just come and destroy us. Come destroy the world. You're going to get what you wish for. Okay?
I'll write this out very soon. Quick precept on how you were mentioning that the prophets are not going to be on the highways and byways. Amos chapter 8 verse 11, Behold, the days come, saith the Most High Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Most High. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Most High, and shall not find it. All right. That's basically they're gonna go searching let's go back to that street corner where we saw some prophets. Let's go to the YouTube channels when the YouTube channels are being taken down. Let's go to Twitter or whatever. All the accounts are deleted. The prophets are gonna be gone, because we're gonna know what to do, YAHAWADAH, during the time of trouble, and we're not gonna be. And even if they did find us, even if say it's a relative or whatever, they're just what am I supposed to do? I need to hear the words of the Most High, but something's gonna stop us from letting them know, because it's gonna be too late for them. All right.
Like the scriptures say, the Lord is gonna cause our tongues to cleave to the roof of our mouths. So we won't even. It's it will be a miracle in itself that we won't even be able to warn them, even if we wanted to. Because the Lord gave them the grace. That's the word grace. That's what it goes into. He gave us this grace period, and they chose not to adhere to it. So they're going to have to deal with the punishment. They're going to have to deal with that death by pain, with the torments that's going to come upon the world. They wanted to be like the heathen. Well, you're going to get destroyed with the heathen. Okay?
But with that, you have one more precept?
I'll read this last precept in Sirach chapter 2, verse 9. Okay, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Okay, so with all these warnings, with all this destruction and famine and death and and sedition that's going to come upon the world, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, because we have faith that the Lord is going to preserve us unto his salvation. He's going to have mercy on us. He's going to protect us throughout all that trouble. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. Okay? So we have faith and we continue to pray and abide in his love. Hey, we're going to be a part of that hopeful elect remnant, Lord willing. All right, YAHAWADAH. All right. So with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH.
BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
We pray that this was edifying. We want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone that rule well and taught us this truth of the Spirit. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharallah, and blessing, honor, glory, and power unto YAHAWAH wa YAHAWASHI. Shalom.